All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Q&A live stream number 73. It is approximately 6:42 p.m. right here on the East Coast in the great state of New Jersey. Today is Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. Today, 1 week ago, it was announced that Lord & Taylor would be liquidating all of their stores. They had 38 locations, and they are all now currently liquidating. Got an update on JCPenney, guys. JCPenney has until Thursday, September 10th, 2020 to submit or at least a company to submit a bid to save JCPenney within the next couple of days. I just want to make sure that nobody else is... Let me check something here. So, anyways, hi there, TCJ Scorch. Hello, Dylan D. Jesus, and hello, B/C Elevators and more. Hello, I Love Elevators. How are you? So yeah, Lord & Taylor is closing all of their locations. It's like I said, it's very sad and it's bittersweet. It's a send off for a department store company that has been around for almost 200 years, since 1826. Has actually been around longer than Sears and Roebuck. But it will be missed, and like I said, I wish the people best of luck of a new position at a different store. So yeah. Yes, American Dream. That's the next thing I wanted to talk about. So American Dream is beginning what is called a phased reopening. Just recently, American Dream Meadowlands opened up. Big snow again. I don't know what they're opening. They're opening something on October 1st. Fantasy, fashion, food, family fun. So the golf course opened up, which is called Out of This World. And Nickelodeon Universe is opening up, I believe, October 1st. Nothing yet on the water park at the moment. So, not sure yet when... exactly they are opening up. I think the water park is still closed for the time being. Yeah, I don't think they're opening the water park anytime soon, but I'm not sure. Let me actually check. Oh, they are. Oh wow, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. I wonder how much they're charging. 10. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, the water park is opening up. 2 and under is 0. 10 and over 89, which isn't bad. I don't really know though if I want to go to a water park during a pandemic. So no, it's gonna open up. It looks like. Hi, Elevators Rock On. How are you? I started. A lot of it's online. Some of it is lectures. Most of it's just online, so it's kind of at my own pace. But I will have to log in and do a couple of things within the next, after this live stream. I have to do a couple of things. So I will just take care of that when I need to do so. So yeah, but I started yesterday. I only had one class. I only have one class that meets for lectures, and that's just a quick 9:30 to 10:50. And then after that, I don't have anything else. It's pretty much just all online, and it's just a bunch of professors posting lecture videos at this point. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be online for a while, unfortunately. I believe SUNY Onita, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, they just announced today that the rest of their semester is online. So I would really hate for college kids to be, not excluding myself, I would hate for college kids to be the contributing factor to the closing department stores, because we're already losing Lord & Taylor. JCPenney could very well be next on September 10th. I would hate to lose JCPenney. I have a lot of Lord & Taylor stores to still get to, but I'm working on it. I am working on getting to as many as possible. It's just not as easy for me to get to every single one it's not something that's easy, but I am trying to get to Lord & Taylor stores one by one. Yeah, I was on that store tour. Me and him shot a couple of things together a couple of weeks ago. So yeah. Yes, American Dream is opening 10/1. So, but I'm probably not going to be going to the water park until there's a vaccine. So, oh, they did? No, I thought JCPenney was with Kone. I think they're with Kone the last time I checked. Yeah, they did. They did file for bankruptcy, but they haven't announced yet if their stores are closing. But from what I heard in the bankruptcy court proceedings, I heard that there was going to be more stores that are going to be closing in regards to JCPenney. But it's a shame, I mean, these are a lot of jobs that are lost. These are people that have built foundations. This is what they did for several years, and to have a virus come in and just take away their livelihoods, it's an unfortunate circumstance, unfortunately. So really, they changed to Schindler. Interesting. I'm surprised. Schindler's being much cheaper than Kone. When did this happen? Like, how many months ago did this happen? Or is that just for a particular store? But yeah, I wanted to go over Lord & Taylor because, see, back in the 1960s, what would typically happen is a whole family, right? They would go to Lord & Taylor, a different type of store. So typically they would shop around. Your typical department store in the 1960s was typically about 2 to 3 floors. And on the top floor, you would have a restaurant. So maybe while the aunts and the mom or the sister is shopping around, the dad, the brother, the grandfather, and the uncle could all have a nice meal together at that restaurant on the 3rd floor. Now, the restaurant that each Lord & Taylor store had was called Lord & Taylor Signature Cafe. What Lord & Taylor Signature Cafe was pretty much a restaurant within the department store that people would go to after they're done shopping, or they need to take a break and they want to get something to eat, so they could have that all under one roof. Obviously, the global pandemic and the coronavirus, that's all been changed. But that was how it worked back in the 1960s. I went to Fashion Center. I went to Fashion Center yesterday. Not yesterday. I'm sorry, 2 days ago, right before my SD card, and also my adapter broke too. I have a new one on the way. But just to see, I mean, that Lord & Taylor at Fashion Center, I mean, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I have a feeling that Lord & Taylor is going to close quickly, and probably much quicker than the one at the Westfield Garden State Plaza. Yes, Paramus, New Jersey is probably the only town in the country to be home to not one but 2 full-line Lord & Taylor stores. The town is also home to 2 full-line Macy's stores, and at one point it had 2 full-line Sears stores. Obviously, Sears closed at Paramus Park in 2018, and the one in Hackensack, New Jersey is closing next weekend. So, yeah. Oh, earlier this year. Do you know exactly what month, or you don't have details about that? Hi, Carlos. Loves elevators and hates COVID-19. How are you? I actually don't know. I actually do not know that. Unfortunately. Sorry about that. No details. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. Just something on me. Oh, okay. Yeah, online learning can be hard, but I kind of just do it as is, and that's pretty much it. A lot of schools now are doing online learning through the first marking period. So we'll see what happens. They could very well extend it. Who knows? So how at the mall? What was that a reference to Woodbridge Center? I'm not sure what you're trying to reference there. Yeah, he makes great content. Woodbridge, it's not in trouble yet, but it could very well be at risk. Woodbridge Center. If it loses its JCPenney, yeah, Woodbridge might be in some serious trouble. But right now, it still has a Macy's, it still has a J.C. Penney, it still has a Boscov's, and it still has a Dick's Sporting Goods. So the mall is not in a great position, but it's in a much better position, say something as Livingston, Rockaway Town Square, Quaker Bridge, and even Freehold Raceway Mall. And by the way, Freehold Raceway Mall, guys, is in a lot of trouble because it lost its Sears in February 2020, right before the global pandemic hit. Nordstrom left the mall earlier last month in August, like the very first day of August. July 31st was the last day that the physical building was opened. And now Lord & Taylor will be leaving the mall too. So Freehold Raceway Mall is in a lot of trouble, and it's probably the most decent mall in out of all of the New Jersey Shore, and now that mall is in a lot, and I mean a lot, of trouble. Livingston is in a lot of trouble. They lost Sears right when the pandemic was peaking, at least in the Northeast. And of course, now Lord & Taylor is closing, meaning Macy's could very well look into closing the Livingston store down the road. So that mall is also in a lot of trouble. Rockaway's in trouble because they're losing Sears next weekend, and they're now losing Lord & Taylor. So a lot of malls are in some serious trouble, guys. So that's all I'm gonna say. And we could very well see another closing within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's scary, it's scary to see that that's the reality of how things are. And I don't know what's going to happen with JCPenney, honestly. I'm really scared for JCPenney because that would really be devastating if JCPenney went ahead and closed all their stores. I mean, that would be a devastating blow, especially considering JCPenney has a lot of locations. I think JCPenney itself has some value in it, where I think the company can be safe because they have a decent chunk of stores. A place like Sears is history. It's only a matter of time for them to pull the plug. And I'm sure that day is coming anytime soon. Lord & Taylor is done. They're liquidating all their stores. Neiman Marcus could very well follow the same path. Nordstrom's might shut off some more stores. It's scary to say all this stuff, but all this stuff could very well become an eventuality and a reality in the next couple of months or so, depending on the way of the pandemic, of course. Yeah, he did. Yep, we're in September 2020. It does. I agree, but who knows what's going to happen with that space? And that mall's screwed because of iPlay America as well. Yeah, he does a pretty good job with elevator filming. He adds a nice twist to his. He adds a nice flavor to his videos, which get people to watch, and I like his content a lot. Hey, Pascagoula Valley Line Trains, how are you? Sorry, I was just looking at something. No. Roosevelt Field is fine without JCPenney. You have Dick's Sporting Goods, you have Macy's, you have Nordstrom, and you have Bloomingdale's. That mall's going to be just fine losing JCPenney. I mean, Westfield Garden State Plaza lost JCPenney. I mean, they're losing Lord & Taylor now. And Westfield Garden State Plaza will be fine. Even with a Macy's, a Nordstrom, and an Neiman Marcus going forward, at least. I don't think so. Cherry Hill Mall is a very high profitable mall, and that JCPenney's high performing. So I don't think that one's going to close, at least, but who knows? I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. I don't think Von Maur is interested in coming into New York City right now. It's an idea, yes, but I don't think Von Maur is going to go into New York City. I don't see a Von Maur coming up here. I'm sorry. I believe November 1st, if I'm not mistaken. But November 1st, I believe, is the last day. So, okay. See you later, man. What? Yeah. Oh, cool. In Indianapolis? Cool. I've never been to Indianapolis before. And Indiana, the state as a whole. It's a place on my bucket list. But obviously not right now. Let's get that vaccine first. Yeah. Yeah, Macy's and Walt Whitman is also 4 floors. It also has the lower level, the first level, second level, third level. Same story of Walt Whitman, but that was also an A&S at one point. Macy's was always there at Roosevelt Field. Macy's has been at Roosevelt Field since opening day. Roosevelt Field has the worst modern elevators in my opinion. Yeah, you think? Try Garage B at Westfield Garden State Plaza. You get the same Kone experience, just more floors. I don't think Macy's is leaving Walt Whitman shops. That's a high gross performing store for them. I don't think they're looking to leave Walt Whitman, but they closed Comac and they closed Hicksville. Hicksville was the biggest loss. I mean, it would have been nice to see Comac because considering it was a what was it? I think it was a C not a, I think it was a Armour or Seaburg. I'm not sure. But I mean Hicksville, that was 1956 Armours. Those were beauties, absolute beauties. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I hate the Cones too. I hate them. I hate the Cones at Roosevelt Field. Well, Macy's and Broadway used to be Gertz. It opened up as Gertz back in 1956. It was also the Gertz flagship for Long Island. It was the big, they had their corporate headquarters there. Yeah, that was the big Gertz store. And then it was a Stearns, and then it became Macy's in '01 when Macy's merged the Stearns division. In fact, when Stearns was going under, only 2 Stearns stores became Bloomingdale's, and that was at the Willowbrook Mall in Wayne, New Jersey, and the Bridgewater Commons in Bridgewater, New Jersey. I don't think so. I think JCPenney Queen Center is a high performing store. Plus, JCPenney closed Manhattan Mall, and now they're closing Kings Plaza. They're also closing the Poughkeepsie Gallery in Poughkeepsie, New York, as well. So, no, I don't think they're closing Queen Center. I think they're going forward. It's going to be JCPenney at Queen Center and JCPenney at the Mall at Bay Plaza. And I think there's another one in Brooklyn, too. So it'll be one store per borough. One store in the Bronx, one store in the Queens, and one store in Brooklyn. So it'll be one store per area, I guess. Yes, it was always there. That opened up in 1991 at Broadway Commons. That's the only IKEA um, in on Long Island actually, and they might even look into moving. But I think right now they're fine in Hicksville for the time being, at least. No announcement made on Sears or Macy's leaving the gallery at White Plains. Although the gallery at White Plains mall owner does own the Macy's space, so if Macy's chooses to close that store down the road, they could make an announcement. But who knows? That would be devastating for that mall if they lost both Macy's and Sears. That would be like Nanuet, which is just across the Tappan Zee, or the, as people call it now, the Mario M. Cuomo Bridge. It would pretty much be another Nanuet, pretty much, except it's an indoor mall instead of an outdoor mall. Yeah, I think the shops at Nanuet is done too. Honestly, they have no anchor stores. They have no store to speak of. And you know what? They lost at home. They lost the one store. So Nanuet is done as a whole. I could see Nanuet going under. I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't think so. No, it's still owned by Westfield. It's just Westfield was very embarrassed to have their name on that mall, so they wanted to just keep it Sunrise Mall. So that's why they don't want to have the Westfield name on that property anymore. Which honestly, to me, I'm happy that Westfield made that decision to just phase out the name, because I think eventually what's going to happen is they're going to phase the name out of the shopping center, and what they're going to do is they're going to just have Sunrise, and they'll just sell it along with another mall. I think that's what's going to happen. Westfield Sunrise is pretty much done at this point. I mean, Sears, it's only a matter of time before they pull the plug on Massapequa, and then Macy's will be the only anchor left. So that mall's in some serious trouble. I don't know what's going to happen with that mall personally, unfortunately. I think there's some kind of truck outside. I don't know if you guys hear that. So No. Century 21 already has a store in Morristown, so no, Century 21's not going to look into opening in Livingston. Although it wouldn't be a bad mall for them. It wouldn't be a bad mall for them, with all things considered. But I don't really know if Century 21 is looking to give up their store in Morristown, New Jersey. So we'll see what happens with that. No, that was a Kone mod. That did not get modded by ThyssenKrupp. Yeah, me too. But Lord and Taylor was being run by people like a joke. It was an absolute joke. All right, man. Stay safe. So, could Macy's close at Westfield Garden State Plaza? There's already another location at Paramus Park. No, that would be the reverse way. But I think Macy's for now can handle two locations in Paramus. I don't know how. It amazes me, but no. Even if Macy's were to close, I already know which location they're favoritizing. Westfield Garden State Plaza, hands down. Hands down. They're going to favor that one if they ever decide to close Paramus Park, which that would be devastating to the mall too if they ever decided to close that one. Yeah, I mean Dave and Buster's is open up in New Jersey, but yeah, I could see Dave and Buster's being done. 24 is not doing too well. They closed one near me. They closed one in Wayne, Parsippany. They closed one. So yeah, 24-hour fitness I think is done too, unfortunately. But New Jersey finally is opening up gym September 1st, and we're finally getting indoor dining starting tomorrow. New York City malls are expected to open up September 9th, I believe. And something else. Oh, casinos are opening up September 9th in New York State. Hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, I just have to take care of one thing, and I'll be back in about, what are we looking at? 5 minutes? I'll be back in 5 minutes. But keep typing in the chat. I will be back in about 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Let me answer some of these questions. Okay. Oh, all right. Wow. 431 million in the second quarter. Ouch. Yeah, they might close more stores. Yeah, Short Hills is pretty nice too, and Cherry Hill's pretty nice. They do, but the question is the market really there for an upscale department store? That's what it comes down to. Interesting. Hey, Ultra Eric, how are you? What is this, 30 minutes now? I don't know. I might actually end this. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this. I know it was quick, but I'm pretty tired, and I have to go take a look at some school stuff. So thanks for watching, guys, and